a.m., I'm like, dang, God, I feel like I haven't really talked to you today. Like, that is convicting. It's just like, hold up, God. Like, tonight, we going to really talk about it because I need to catch you up. Like, God should be your best friend. He should be your father. He should be your ace, boom, coon. And I feel like if you go through the whole day and you don't feel no type of conviction, like, dang, God, I just been moving all day like it's my life. Like, I ain't, and that goes back to number one. Did I consider you in everything that I did do today? Like, did I see you in things? Like, did I take the time out to witness your hand on my life? I feel like those things are so important because God is so intricate and he is so detailed, right? So we miss a lot of him in the everyday life when we're so busy, we're so consumed. So if you can literally go the whole day without feeling like, dang, God, I should have spent a little bit more time with you, that should let you know exactly where you at. Like,
They can have it all, but give me you. Nothing else will do. I have what is true. I have Jesus. I have Jesus.
hey y'all, welcome back. It feels like it's been a long time because it really has, and it's crazy because I've been recording videos, but y'all, like, I recorded a video, put it out, deleted it like 2 days later. It's just been a lot. It's been a lot, and it's not that I haven't been in my word or I haven't been getting messages from God. It's just I'm not gonna come in here and fake the funk. I'm just not gonna fake the funk. I've been doing like a lot of transitions. I'm always telling y'all this, but like I'm really in like a transition season, right? So not just like messages that's been given to me and stuff like that. I mean, new friend groups, finding my new church home, who I'm serving with, different Bible study groups. Like I'm in there, right? So it's a lot, and I want to be very, very like intentional on what I give y'all, what I put out, because at the end of the day, I don't want to lead God's sheep astray. And I'm gonna get into like why I deleted my last video, but just, you know, for formalities, for the people that don't know me, my name is Lexis, Lexis, but you can call me Lexi for short. And usually on Tuesdays I talk about God, right? It's hard not to talk about God because he in me, like, and I don't do nothing without him. So this video is actually kind of regard of what I'm about to talk about. But before we get into the video, why did I take down my last video? So my last video was in regards to, before I was rudely interrupted by my phone saying that it ain't got no space when I know it got space. I don't want to lead God's sheep astray, you feel me? Like, I just feel like I come on here to give my opinion and my testimonies and my experience. I would never tell somebody what to do, what not to do. And no one told me to take off the video. I just felt like I didn't want people to think that I was saying it was okay to go to certain pastors, right? So in Philippians, if I'm not mistaken, Paul is writing to the church in Philippi, and it's basically like, yeah, I'm in prison right now, and some people are preaching the gospel with ill intention, right? But as long as the scriptures and as long as God's word is being spoken, then he celebrates, like he is joyful. I want to say that exactly how it's said, because I know it's in Philippians 1. Y'all, even with these tabs, I cannot find these things, like, and I know it's in what's it called again, the New Testament. Philippians, found it. In verse 16 through 18 in chapter 1, it says, the former preach Christ out of selfish ambition, not sincerely supposing that they can stir up trouble for me while I am in chains. But what does it matter? The important thing is that in every way, whether from false motives or true, Christ is preached, and because of this I rejoice, right? So I believe, like, you know, every pastor is different, and where God has led you to is your business in between you and God. Don't let people like tell you not to go to this church or whatever, this person's a false prophet. Let God speak to you, because at the end of the day, whatever their motives is behind closed doors, God will speak to them, you know, for that. But God gonna use everybody, and whatever messages he need to get through you, he can use anybody, no matter what their motives are. So just trust and trust your own discernment, right? But in order to have that discernment, you need to be in your word. Stop going to pastors, stop going to, you know, everybody else for your word. You need to be worshiping not only on Sundays but every day. You need to be talking to God, praying to God. You know, it's not religion, it's relationship, right? So we have to talk to God like if he your man or he your woman. You talk to them every day, you text them every day, you text them good morning, text them good night, you check on them throughout the day, right? So that's exactly what that relationship with God should be like, right? And I just started off like this conversation like this because this is what I'm gonna get into, right? In the title of our video, yeah, no, I'm just jumping in. Sorry if my makeup looked like trash, my hair looked like trash, because it was hot. It was hot today, and my whole hair melted. Like, it just it turned into grease. I had to put a do-rag on. This is how it dried back again. I was crying in church. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a lot. It's been a lot, but I said I'm gonna get a video out for y'all, so just, you know, just bear with me. And I know this intro is all over the place, but hey, it is what it is, right? So let's get into the video, because I know I hit a long intro, but this is a very, very long intro. So let's get into the video. All right, so by the title of the video, y'all already know what we're about to talk about, right? So 5 ways to know Jesus is Lord in your life, right? So if y'all know, I'm looking down at my notes, and I'll be in my Bible every once in a while. So the first way, and it's not even in this order, but just in general, right? So the first one is you consider him in everything that you do. Like, everything that you do. Like, before you get a job, like when you get that man's, right, or it's a dude. Hold on, it's a lot going on right now. That is the enemy. Hold on. Y'all see what I be talking about? I'm trying to record a video for y'all, and so much is going on. The enemy is so I swear he be coming for me. So all right, the first one, like I said before, is you consider him in all your ways. So like, before like you get into a relationship, or you like a dude, you like, God, should I like him? Like, should I talk to him? Or he asked me for my number, should I text him back? Like, you can't do nothing without talking to God, right? Or this job, like, oh, I like this job, but God, if it's not for me, if it's not in your will, you feel me? Like, I don't even want to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't do anything without talking to God first. Like, because it's not my life, right? And when you realize, like, it is not my life, like, God's will for me, I never want to be outside the will of God. So because of that, I always got to check in with him, like, is it cool? It's like you're a child, and that's your father. And while you know, when you got your kids, and they really care about like what they want to listen, they be like, Mom, is this okay? Is this okay? Like, am I good? That's how it is. Like, you can't even help it. God, can I be friends with her? Can I be friends with him? You know what I'm saying? Like, anything, you consider him in every way. And another way to figure out if you consider him in every way is God is not, or Jesus, I mean, I'm gonna say God, but we know Jesus is our Lord, right? He's the same individual, right? So he's not a house guest. You don't just come in here and he gets to sit in the living room or whatever the case may be. He knew us before we were even created in the womb, so he knows all the rooms. So he's waiting for us to invite him in those rooms. So you can't give God, you know, a part of, you know, yourself, where it's just like, oh, I have him be a part of my finances, or, you know, my relationships, but not my friendships. Or God, thank you for, you know, providing for me in a season where I couldn't provide for myself, but now that I got a job, I don't gotta come to you. No, you literally invite him into every area, which is you being mad. God, why am I so irritated lately? Like, all my questions before I go vent, I vent to God. Like, God, what is in me that I'm so irritated as of lately? Like, why am I tripping so hard? Or why am I being easily offended, right? Like, that's what you need to think about. Like, and when you don't feel those convictions, which gonna lead to point number 2, that's how you know, like, it's a disconnect, right? It's a disconnect. So number 2 is you're easily convicted. Like, I curse and be like, I don't even curse, but like, let's say I was about to, I'd be like, oh, sorry God, like, I apologize, like, immediately. And I say it out loud. I don't even be in my own voice, be like, literally, I be talking to my friends, and I'd be like, oh, let's say I slip up and say the F word, which I don't, but let's say I slip up, I'm like, oh my bad, God, I apologize, I repent right now. They be like, it's not that deep. I'm like, it is that deep. It is that deep. I'm repent immediately, because he'll sneak up like a thief in the night, and the last thing I want to do is be sinning and then I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? Like, people like, it's not that deep, but it really is that deep, and you don't ever want to give the enemy a foothold, whether how small it is. So constantly repenting. Like, sin is not even fun anymore. Like, oh, you want to go out to the club and drink? No. You want to smoke? There's plenty of times where I'm looking at a blunt because the people around me still smoke, and I'd be like, it ain't even worth going backwards. Like, yeah, I'm gonna get a high, whatever the case may be, like, but I'm gonna be unproductive. I'm gonna be feeling so bad, gotta repent all day tomorrow, realize that I just gave a foothold to the enemy. Like, it's just so much. I just be like, you know what, God? Yeah, no. Yeah, no. Like, I can't do that. Like, if a guy like me and then he want to bring up sex, like, I can't even have a same conversation with you no more. Like, before I used to be like, oh, let's talk about it. Now I'd be like, I'm gonna stay away from that subject. Like, I digress. My friends texting in like the group chats, or like we regular texting and they cursing, you feel me? And it's can you refrain from cursing? You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't even make me comfortable anymore. So when sin become uncomfortable and it become not fun, that's how you know, like, God is really changing your life. Like I said, sin is just not fun anymore. So number 3, you feel bad when you have not spent time with God as much as you would want to. I'm not saying going a week without talking to God, because going a week without talking to God, he is not your Lord. That's like going a week without talking to your mans. Be for real. Y'all not even go together no more. Like, let's be for real. Be for real. So, like, if you go on a week without talking to God, let's do better. But I'm talking about, like, what I mean where you feel bad by not talking to God, or feeling as much. Let's learn to talk. Feeling bad that you haven't been spending as much time with him. I'm talking about in that day. Like, there's times where I wake up, I do my prayers before I do anything, before I pick up my phone and stuff like that. And then, like, I kind of go out my day, depending on how busy I am, how many clients I have, or whatever the case may be. And then I'm just like, at 5 p.m., I'm like, dang, God, I feel like I haven't really talked to you today. Like, that is convicting. It's just like, hold up, God. Like, tonight, we gonna really talk about it, because I need to catch you up. Like, God should be your best friend. He should be your father. He should be your ace, boom, coon. And I feel like if you go through the whole day and you don't feel no type of conviction, like, dang, God, I just been moving all day like it's my life. Like, I ain't, and that goes back to number 1. Did I consider you in everything that I did do today? Like, did I see you in things? Like, did I take the time out to witness your hand on my life? I feel like those things are so important, because God is so intricate and he is so detailed, right? So we miss a lot of him in the everyday life when we're so busy, we're so consumed. So if you can literally go the whole day without feeling like, dang, God, I should have spent a little bit more time with you, that should let you know exactly where you at. Like, let's add him, because he should be first and foremost. He's a priority. He should be number 1 priority. So just like if you made time to text your mans, text your girl, text your mama, your daddy, your best friends and stuff like that, and you can spend 3 hours on FaceTime with them, then there's no reason why you can't spend 30 minutes to an hour to read your word, you know, consume that bread of life, you feel me? Because that's the thing that's going to sustain you. So that's number 3. And then that actually kind of ties into number 4. You see him in everything, and your conversations are always steered back to him, right? So there's plenty of time where I'm talking to my friends, and this is how you know you have a good circle, right? Because we can't talk about nothing when I talk about it, whether it be politics, whether it be regular day life, whether it be past things. Like, everything is like surrounded by him, and God is like, he loves those conversations when he's like listening in, and this is like 2 or more, 3 or more are gathered in my name. You know what I'm saying? First of all, that will shall be done, whatever y'all talking about, right? So that lets me know that God is like literally the center of my life. And then on top of that, it's just like, even though I'm sitting on the porch, it's like, dang, God is so strategic with the trees and the birds, and you start thinking about scriptures differently. Like, you see, like, just now I was outside, like, when I was editing a video, and I'm watching this father play baseball with his son, and his son looks like about 1 year old, like 1 or 2 years old, because I guess he's walking. And he was teaching him how to throw the ball and telling him right foot forward, like, and just watching those details, like a father really going out there, and he's like, that was amazing, that was great, and he's like, no, that was horrible. Like, disciplining his child, but at the same time being like really like his number 1 motivator, and going out there and really like taking the time out to spend that time with his son. That's like, I saw God all in that, you know, and I wish that I would see more of that. So just those little things, right? Where I went to church with my friend today, and what we talking about is just like, yeah, and then I'm like, how did I dealt with this situation, I handled this situation, what you think? Like, always just like, it's not about us. Like, we gotta stop being selfish, right? And when you are so self-absorbed, you can't see nothing around you. So when you're able to serve people and everything, look and just see like, God, where you want me to fit into this, right? Like, decrease me so that you can increase. And when you ask God to increase, like, it's just like, it's like, put me in, coach. So yeah. And then the last one is, you're not scared to suffer. So I feel like we're in a society where people, like, we scared to suffer, right? But Paul writes to the Corinthian church, or the church in Philippi, I'm not sure exactly which one, I'm gonna look it up, but he's talking about him suffering. Like, he was just like, I'm content with whether I have a lot or I don't have enough, right? Like, it's, suffering is not the absence of God, right? So God actually prunes us, and he builds us in those suffering seasons. And we're in a society that's so scared to suffer, but that's where perseverance is built. That's where friendships are actually built. That's where that stamina and endurance in that well, I don't care what nobody say, like, that's the time you get to know God for real, when you ain't got no choice but to sit down, shut up, and let God deal with you the way he needs to deal with you, right? So those seasons of suffering is where it brings you closer to God. So God needs you to suffer sometimes, because that humbles us, right? That allows him to be exalted and us to, decrease. So I feel like we need to embrace suffering. And when people are constantly killing their flesh, and people are constantly, you're around people that don't surrender to their flesh, and constantly, like, in fighting with it, like, oh, I don't do this, I don't do that. It keeps you accountable. It holds you to a certain standard that allows you to move accordingly. Like, I can't snap correctly. Like, before I used to snap, I used to have a mouth on me. I can't snap in a way if I'm around my friends, not because, oh, I'm pretending, but it convicts me a little differently, because I know my friend gonna be like, so that's the fruits of the spirit. You a godly woman? Oh, I couldn't tell today. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when you have those people that will hold you accountable, not the people that don't care, that want you to slip back into sin, they don't care. They be like, that's the girl we was waiting on. Yeah, I missed that person. No, them people that be like, that wasn't even right. I call one friend and I be like, all right, did I handle this right? He be like, I mean, I see your point, but this is how you can handle it. Like, you being able to be vulnerable and be like, this is the problems I have, and I know I'm not going to be judged, but hold me accountable. I tell them, don't let me complain about whoever if I don't have a solution. Like, straight up, hold me to that, hold me to that. So us just not being scared to suffer in general, I feel like that is like, we have to embrace it, right? I'm not saying that, oh, we gotta suffer to be of God, but no, just know that it comes with it, and don't be scared of it, right? Just be like, God, allow me to be content in the suffering, and when it comes my way, know that I stay in the idea that I know this is for your glory, right? So yeah, so those are the 5 ways to know Jesus is Lord in your life. Of course, there's multiple ways, but this is the 5 ways that I realize that I continuously to make sure, like, if I'm agitated, or that was I in my word today, like, oh, I'm easily angered, was I in my word today? Like, am I feeding myself correctly? Like, what is it that is in, around me, or I'm not doing, or how far I am from God, that's allowing me to act like the enemy, right? So just to go in conclusion, to bring it all together, number 1 is to consider him in everything that you do, right? You don't even ask why no more. Like, literally, I don't ask, oh, God, you told me not to talk to this man. I don't even ask. I don't even care. Like, I just know that it's in your will. It's for a reason. God, why I didn't get the job? I don't ask that question no more. Like, you say I don't get a job? Oh, cool. Like, it is what it is. You just don't even ask why, because you consider him in all your ways, and you trust that what he says goes. Like, I don't have to question him. The second one is, you are easily convicted. Sin is just not fun no more. Like, it's just not. You know. You don't know, I hope you get to know. 3, you feel bad when you haven't spent as much time with God. A week is crazy. 3 days is crazy. But a day, like, yeah, that's what we're talking about. Like, constantly and being in communication with him. It is a relationship that takes 2 people, right? Just like you said, the phone go both ways. Yeah, it goes both ways. 4, you see him in everything. And all your conversations are always guided, like, back to him. He is the center of everything, right? So your life is just consumed with him. And 5, you're not scared to suffer, or you content in suffering, or you just, suffering doesn't scare, it doesn't scare you, point blank period, right? So that's the 5 things. But yeah, I hope that kind of gave somebody an idea of where they stand with God, where they stand with Jesus in particular, because everybody serves a different God. But on this channel our God is Jesus. yeah, but I didn't want to make this video too long. I just wanted to be straight to the point. But yeah, y'all, I keep saying don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that bell notification so you never miss a video. And I'm gonna try to get back to doing them every Tuesday. Like I said, I just want to be very, very intentional on what I tell y'all, and I just don't want to get on here and just be speaking just to speak. I don't, like, that's just not who I am. So if I can find, I may be doing twice a month. I don't know yet, especially depending on what my schedule is looking like as of late. But because like I said, things are changing. But yeah, go in the comments, ask what y'all want to talk about, like what y'all would like to see. That would give me kind of more of an idea of what to talk about. Yeah, because I be having a lot of things to talk about, but it just don't be coming on the dome like immediately. And when I tell my friends, I say, "Dang, I should talk about this on Let's Talk Tuesdays." So yeah, but like, I hope y'all like this video, and like I always say, man, y'all stay blessed and what y'all flex with Lex. Deuces.